What's up, guys? Hope everybody's having a blessed day. We have a new arrival. Some more weapons for the arsenal. What this is the Master Relay Kit that I was talking about. I needed this kit like on last Friday, and even on Monday I needed it again. And I didn't have it, so last week I made a harness to get the jobs done, because I gotta do what I gotta do, like, even because gotta do what I gotta do. So I was able to make a harness to kind of test the relay remotely after seeing these wires that were included in the kit. So the reason why I got this was because just my luck. Like, the spade connectors that I had were like this style, which is like almost on a lot of these relays it has that style, right? But just my luck, the vehicle I was working on had these little small thin pins, and I was like, I don't want to damage the socket, by making these wider than they should be, by forcing a thicker pin in them, right? Because it's made for this one. My spade connectors were a little more heavy duty, so I said, well, I'll just order this kit, and the next time I have to diagnose and troubleshoot electrical stuff in the relay box, I will have the kit and the wires, and I'll be ready to go. Now, I love the idea of this kit right off the bat, and this kit isn't nothing new. It's been out for a while. I purchased mine off of Zorro, so I got mine for $226. You can get it cheaper off of Amazon and other places, but pretty much it's going to be around 200 bucks. So $226, not a big deal. Actually, I didn't pay $226 because I always have a coupon when I use Zorro and a lot of other places. I always have a coupon, so I end up getting it for like 200 bucks. I had like a 10 or 15% off coupon that I used, which knocked the price down to, like, I think after everything was said and done, I paid $204 and some change. $204 and some change. So let's take a look at the kit. All right. So this is what it comes with. Has this little flyer in here, kind of like Snap-on. Send us your tool idea. I'll just throw that away. So what comes in it? So you get the relay pliers for removing the relays. Okay, that's nice. You can buy these separate if you don't want to buy the master kit. You get a couple of adapters that take you from the really small banana jacks up to the standard banana jacks. Okay, and we got that. Get a tray. All right, and then we have various leads. So let's take a look at the leads. We're done with the iPad, so close that up. Let's take a look at the leads that they give us. All right. So these leads are for if you run into a configuration that they don't have, then you have to kind of go the harness route, and you can make a harness using the wires they provided. Okay. Let's see. Match up the colors first, and then we'll see what's different with some stuff. Yellow. Some blues. We got some more blues. Then we have another yellow that kind of stands alone. All right, so these look just like your standard spades. because a lot of relays just use like a standard spade, which is going to be like what's on the green, right? It's a standard size spade is what they're using. So the red is the female side, and I can see where they can make a really nice exhaustive kit with this, but you know, they know what's up, so this is what they've designed. So these are females, and the males, those sizes match. And then we have what appears to be, let's take a little light on it. This is like super tiny, bro. Like super tiny, like a little stud. Is this the thing that goes in here? Nope. Whatever this is, I think they said they get, I don't have like any directions or anything telling me like what's included. I think these are just included so you can make your own leads like these. If there's a size you run into something weird and it's not in here and you have the connectors, you can use these because that's just a soldered in. Okay, it probably has some low melt solder on there to where you can solder on your own end. So the black ones is just extra, so you can make some custom leads. And then the yellow, okay, take that light off. The yellow, this is going to be like that GM that I was working on. It used these size pins, which they're skinny, and I can overcome that by cutting this part down on the one that I made. But it's thinner than, like I said, my spade connectors are kind of heavy duty, and these are thinner, and I didn't want to damage the socket by widening out the this one feels kind of loose because it's just a terminal that goes up. But yeah, this is like this guy. So the yellow one is this is going to be like your GM international truck, and your Kias use this kind of relay. And this is 4 pin. Most of them are 4 pin. You got the 87A, you know, it'd be 5 pin. You see that a lot on the square, the cubes. And then, so the blue, this is the female for these, right? So if you had to, these are the female sides. So male and females, if you had to make a little harness, looks like if you did have to make that harness, they're only giving you 2, so you only have the control side. They're only giving you enough to deal with the control side, okay? And again, the big ones, the really big ones right here. And the other end of this is like for your multimeter, you know, multimeter leads, banana jacks, so you can do your testing. Now this one is interesting. It has a, this is pretty nice because what they're doing is, it's like inline. I could take this guy. Well, you can put the relay on this end. Let me check the camera angle, see if you can see what I'm talking about. Is that this one or is that a smaller one? Yeah, it's that one. And then you can go, yeah, and then your meter lead is right here. That's pretty cool. Okay, but that's 2 females, so I mean, you'd be using it on the top part. You'd be using it on this. Directions would be nice. But this is interesting, the way they have this one to where you can tap into this line and kind of use it in line. And then another female, little small one that kind of fits on the GM truck Kia ones right here. might be a little different. Only thing that I see different is the let's see what the opening is for. Yeah, they're all the same as far as the leads. So yeah, it would have been nice if they gave you, instead of this, if they gave you like a sheet that identified what each part was and how you use it. That would have been helpful. Wow. But I guess they figure if you're buying something like this, you know, or you can figure it out. I still would have liked to have it. All right, so that's those leads. Those are all the jumpers for if you run into something that's a little different and they don't have a relay tester pre-built that can handle it. You can kind of make your harness up. Even gave you a couple of these to make a couple customs, which is pretty nice. All right, now let's take a look at these. All right, so on the other side, which I've seen Eric the car guy, I've seen him put like a set of like on-off relays, like the fuel pump relays in here, and he got rid of this stuff. More than likely you have a meter bag, and so you'd be pulling out your meter bag anyway, because this kit is useless without a multimeter. So you know, you'd be pulling out your meter bag anyway, so maybe you transfer these to the meter bag and then throw your other relay kit in here. I think mine is IPA. I got an IPA little relay kit, and that, I mean, it's a good idea what he did. So I might go that same route, or I might keep it original. So you got your on-off, and this is for activating the relay. So this is how they're doing the activation. You can wire this in. Say this side goes to the battery. Okay, whether you need to give it a positive or a negative trigger. On the truck I was working on, a 4500 Chevrolet, that control circuit that comes from the ECU, it's supposed to send a negative trigger. So this would have been pretty sweet. But anyway, I could send a negative trigger and it should have engaged the starter. Because everything else was present. I would have had this in there, and I would have had my little stuff hooked up using the you know, the control side. And where is that thing? You need to use some of these, the ones that are for the application. Would have been nice if they kind of matched the colors of these up with the relays. That would have, I guess, made too much sense. But anyway, you use a blue one. Hook that up. Okay, so this is now in your relay box. You got your relay sitting up here. Go to your trigger on the control side. That's going to engage the electromagnet to throw the switch. Put this on the appropriate battery cable, and then you can, boom, you can activate the relay from that guy. You see what's going on, guys? So it's a good kit, man. It's pretty good. All right, fusible link so that you can protect whatever you're working on. It comes with a 30 amp fuse in it, and that's the 30 pin, if you're providing, like, you know, the 30 on the schematic for the relay, the 30 is normally going to be full battery power. So maybe that. And say on the starter relay, that's going to be fused with like a 40 amp fuse. So I guess that's why they're giving you a big fuse if you're using this to apply main power. So if you're going to use the switch to apply main power, everything else is working, but you don't have the battery voltage, and you supply main power, you use a 30 amp fuse. And then these are just extensions. because sometimes you're far away. Like I had to like turn the key and I needed to look at the data on the meter, but I have like cassette leads that are like 15 feet, so I was able to use, plus my fluke leads are very long, so I really just use my fluke leads on that with a couple of back probes, and I was able to drape that from the relay box to inside of the vehicle, and with my power probe did what I had to do to diag that dealio. But yeah, that's what these are. These are the extensions. So I like the kit, man. At first I was like, man, why should that cost $200? But I could, after doing it with the harness and seeing how easy and quick it would have been just to plug this in instead of going with individual wires, being super careful and everything, I can see the value in having the real kit. Can you make it work using a harness? Obviously yes, because that's why they give you all of these. So yes, making the harness, a little test harness, is a solid idea as long as you use the right terminals, which you can get. I have a bunch of these different size terminals. I use the big ones because those were most readily available. I do have a like a pinout kit for when I depin Molex connectors and things like that, and I can recrimp them. I have like a full assortment and everything in like a electronics case. But when I made the harness, I was expecting to find normal fuses like this. I ended up finding a smaller one. But yeah, guys, this Lisle kit is pretty awesome. It's starting to rain. I'm gonna try to keep up with the videos, guys. The RV season has started and business is really picking back up again. So I'll try to stay on top of it, but I'll try to give you a, we'll take a look at all of the relays before I go. This is the gray one, and it says for newer GMs, newer Fords, and Mitsubishi, this guy. This white one, this is going to be for like your Hondas, Toyotas, Nissans, and Hyundais. Okay. And this blue one, that's Ford and Chryslers. Ford and Chryslers. The green one, like I said, GM, International Trucks, and some Kias. The orange one, GM, International Truck, you know, for international big trucks. And then this this red one, this is for Fords, like old Fords, 1980s to 1990s Fords. They're gonna use this. And the purple one, this one is gonna be for Nissan fuel pumps up to about 2004 and some Hyundais. And this yellow one is just a very common relay. This is a 5-pin, so it has an 87A. A lot of times you'll see a relay like this in a headlights, low beam, high beam. All right. So that is the kit, guys. I am happy to add it to the arsenal. I typically don't work on chassis out in the field, so this will be something that I'll be adding to the box here. So speaking of the box, I could not fit those torque wrenches in the foam. I don't have a drawer to fit them in that isn't already full. So I moved all my torque wrenches down to here because this foam was so big, the one for the 102 for the Synergy ratchets, that I had to totally reorganize the drawer and move stuff around to fit this foam in, and got my 1/2 inch hiding in the back right here. But yeah, but I got all my snap-on ratchets up there and a couple of Macs. And then, well, not all of them because I got some in their own little foam. But I got most of my snap-on ratchets in there. And in the empty spaces for the handles that I haven't gotten yet, I just threw some of the smaller ratchets in there. And then, like I said, these torque wrenches, if I take them out of the foam, they'll fit long ways, which is probably what's going to end up happening. I like the foam. It's organized. It's just, if they had to just trim the foam down just a little bit, it could fit in a medium-sized drawer lengthwise, because it is just about 1 inch too long. So if they had to take a 1/2 inch off of both sides, this would fit nice. I could cut the foam and make it fit by cutting the back off, cutting the top off, but I don't want to do that. I might want to get rid of it one day, so I'll just have it in there weird like that. And I'll put my relay kit, I'll find a home for that so that we can have a spot for the relay kit. Probably go down here. Yeah, it'll fit in the big drawer at the bottom. So that's what we got, guys. Catch you guys later. RV Tech Pro out.